What's up, guys? I hope you are all having a great holiday. I am. The reason I haven't been posting is because I have been off skiing and doing other family-related things and having a blast. But I'm finally able to upload, and this is actually kind of a special match for me because this is my first tournament game ever. This is never used tournament like that I've mentioned previously was hosted by Rick and Sophie, and this match is against someone by the name of EnteiMan. So I'll leave his link in the description. He does post videos, and let's get right into it. So I lead with my Gigalith, which is pretty standard for this team, and he leads with his pincer. I'm not sure what this pincer wants to do, but I know I don't have much to take it. So I decided to deal with this pincer. So I decided to go for Rock Slide right off the bat to probably take him out after the close combat. But he decides to switch, and he goes into a Scraggy. And at first, I was just kind of laughing when I saw Scraggy on the team preview. I was just kind of laughing. I was like, what the hell is that thing going to do? But he starts bulking up as I set up my rocks and my Gigalith. And then I go into my Simisear, and I'm just hoping that he goes for bulk up again, and he does. So I'm hoping that a flamethrower will, if not burn him, which would be really nice, do enough damage to where some of my other Pokemon can easily come in and revenge kill. But unfortunately, that does nothing. And this Simisear is my only physical attacker, special attacker on this team. So if this guy gets set up too much, he may sweep. So I'm forced to go for Focus Blast, despite the low accuracy. And luckily it does hit, and it does bring him down into a range where I can come in with anything. And after my Simisear dies from a Drain Punch, finish him off. Because only downside to Scraggy is that he is slow. So I go into my Persian to fake out and body slam him to death. But he decides to switch out, and he goes into his Slowpoke, which fucking pisses me off. Whether it be Slowpoke, Slowbro, Slowking, every fucking slow is just obnoxious because they have really good recovery moves, really amazing defenses, and then they have Regenerator. So he decides to switch out, and he goes into his Magmortar. I don't know if he was predicting my Beartic. I don't know what I was predicting by going into Beartic. But now I switch out into my Noctowl to take whatever. I was predicting any special hit, but he decides to go for Flame Charge, and I can take that reasonably well, despite I am completely specially defensive. So I know Thunderbolt's coming, and I know I could take it pretty well, but I can't really do anything else to him besides Whirlwind him out. So I do decide to switch to my Gigalith to take it, and I was hoping he would be able to take this Thunderbolt decently, and so he could survive it and then take him out. But unfortunately, that does a little bit. It's hard to tell from right now whether or not it's gonna be a 2-hit KO. But right here he shows Hidden Power Grass, which isn't that unusual, and that will finish me off. So there goes pretty much right off the bat, my only guy to take the majority of his physical hits, and he has a very physically oriented team. So luckily I'm able to go on my Persian, and one fake out is able to do the trick just because of how thin Magmortar's defenses are. So now he brings in his Raticate, and I'm not sure what this guy wants to do, but I do switch out and go into my Noctowl to take hopefully anything. But he does go for the U-turn, which I would have been able to take pretty well, it's resisted, but it misses, and that tells me he's Hustle, which is, I guess, good to know. And he goes for it again, and also U-turn, the fact he went for it again and the fact that did so much, and the fact he has U-turn at all, suggests he's choiced, and because it did so much, I'm guessing banded. So that's also good information, but I know he's probably going to switch, so I go for Whirlwind, and I Whirlwind him out into his Slowpoke. So at this point, I can't really do much to him, but I need to get this Slowpoke toxic because otherwise I don't have anything to one-hit KO him, and he can stall out the majority of my team. So here he goes for Calm Mind, and I'm not too worried because I do have him toxic, and Slowpoke doesn't hit that hard, even once he gets his attack raised. So I believe I stay in and go for a Roost. What I could have done is gone for the Whirlwind, which probably wouldn't have been a better move, but it doesn't matter. I do get my Roost up right away. I guess I didn't expect him to switch, but so I'm at full health, which is nice. But now he brings in his Pinsir, and I'm obviously worried about the Rock Slide or Stone Edge. But I believe I predict him not to go for it and just Whirlwind him out. But here he shows Stealth Rocks, which is very unusual on a Pinsir. I've never seen that before. but then again, I haven't played much pincers anyway. So the fact he's Stealth Rock suggests he's probably more defensive, but I'm not going to count on that. But I go on my Basculin here, and luckily he misses the Stone Edge. That would have been really bad if I lost my Basculin. This Basculin does come into play later. So he does switch out, and I go for... I switch out. I guess I switched out knowing that I didn't really have anything that I think won a KO him. And I go to my Bear Tick because I guess I really wanted to get up some momentum because at this point I am kind of facing an upward battle. And I do go for substitute. Not sure if he wanted to switch or what, but here he shows rest, which is not, which is pretty predictable. But he actually gets shed skin on the first turn. Here I go for focus punch, and he goes for another bulk up. And if he hadn't gone for this bulk up and taken out my sub, that wouldn't have been good because this sub does end up helping me. But I am able to get off a really powerful focus punch. And that isn't stab, but it's such a powerful move, and it's super effective that even with E-Violite and +1 defense, that does a lot. And I know by that damage, I will be able to take him out with an Icicle Crash. So now I'm behind a sub, and this is kind of what I need. He brings in his Eradicate, and then he thinks better of it, I guess, and he switches out, and he brings in his Slowbro, which, while he doesn't resist every one of my moves, he does resist all my powerful moves. And the only other move I have is Rock Slide, and that isn't stab, and it's not that high damage, so it's not going to do that much. But here I forgot that Slowpoke was Water Psychic. I knew his evolved forms were, but I thought that the first one was just water. So I do go for Focus Punch, and that is resisted, and so that's not going to do anything. So look, this toxic damage is helping me. So now I'm thinking because of that toxic damage, I can't just stall him out. So I'll go for another substitute, but he goes for a Scald. And this does not break my sub, which just shows how pitiful Slowpoke's offensive capabilities are. And I'm guessing he's going to switch here, not wanting to die. But so I just go for Rock Slide. And besides, it doesn't really matter because that's my only move that does any damage to him anyway. But he does to go for Slack Off, which I completely forgot about. And I predict him to, I guess, I know that Toxic damage is going to rack up, so I do predict him to switch here. And so I do go for Icicle Crash. But in reality, he kind of switched into a super effective Rock Slide. That's what I would have gone for if I didn't predict that. But I do just go for it here, and that will take him out. But seeing the damage from that Icicle Crash, it is pretty safe to say that that pincer was pretty bulky because that is stab, and that's pretty powerful. So, I mean, that's a pretty bulky pincer. Here I go for Rock Slide, knowing like there's not much I can do to him, but might as well get some damage off. And he's going to go for a Scald, and that will break my sub. So I know with 85 HP that I can probably survive one more rock switching. I didn't do the math, but I thought I probably could. And if nothing else, I can use him as fodder later. So now I go into Noctowl, and knowing that I can pretty much completely wall this Slowbro, because it looks like his Fire Blast, Calm Mind, Scald, and Slack Off. So he goes for Fire Blast and gets first burn, which definitely sucks. But it doesn't end up mattering a lot. It just means that my stalling capabilities are kind of hindered a little bit. But now I got my Persian, knowing that if I do kill off this Slowpoke, I don't want to have to switch into something to take a really powerful hit. Because, like I said earlier, I am kind of fighting an upward battle right now. Because I don't have anything to take his hits. So every single time I'm in a situation that I don't want to be, I'm almost forced to lose a Pokemon because I can't switch because I have nothing to take the hits from his pretty powerful Pokemon. I do go for a Body Slam here after, fake outing and Body Slamming that Slowpoke. He had to switch, but it almost takes him out, but it doesn't. And right here I make a terrible play. I should have switched out. I was really close to. But instead, I leave my Persian in to die, which is something when my Persian would have been a lot of help later. So I do luckily go to my Basculin and finish him off with a Banded Aqua Jet. And now he goes into his Slowpoke. I can't do anything with it to him. I'm locked into a Banded Aqua Jet. That's gonna do shit against the Slowpoke. So I go on a Bear Tech, mostly as fodder, hoping he's gonna go for the Scald and not the Slack Off. But that's obviously kind of foolhardy because why wouldn't he go for the Slack Off? He does take toxic damage, but obviously that's the first turn, so it's not gonna do too much. I do go for Rock Slide. You know, might as well get some damage off, even though it's gonna do nothing. And he does take him on Bear Tick with a Scald. So now I think I'm down to my Basculin and Noctowl. I do go on a Basculin here, and I do have the super effective Banded Crunch, and I'm hoping this will, if not take him out here, do more than slack off recovery. And he survives as a sliver, but looking at the damage, especially after the defense drop, I am going to be able to take him out next turn with a Crunch. So, and especially with toxic damage working with me, I'm definitely going to win this fight. So here I do go for a Crunch after toxic damage and that defense lower. That's an easy KO. And now he's down to his last Pokemon too, so it is a 2v1 at this point. He does have his Raticate, which I'm guessing is banded at this point, but I am locked in a Crunch, and because that was an Adamant Basculin, if he is Jolly, he will be able to outspeed me. So I can't take that risk, so I need to switch out and then use my Noctowl as fodder, and then use Aqua Jet the following turn and hope it takes out this Raticate. He is at about 2/3 health, but that is stab, that is banded, and that is an adamant. So I was hoping it would take him out, but Aqua Jet is a pretty weak move, so it was kind of up in the air. I really wasn't sure, but I was kind of forced to go for it, and he survived with just a sliver of health, and he does take me out with a banded frustration. He does not miss with hustle, and that is good game. So if I had kept my Persian around and I'd sacrificed my Beartic instead of my Persian, I could have come in and finished him out with a fake out, or a fake out body slab combo would have taken him out. So that was a big misplay on my part, but it's a great game. It's kind of disappointing to be knocked out first round, but it was a great game against a good opponent, and I'm just glad to have participated. So I hope you guys enjoy. I will be posting more in the future, and I am going to be posting on the Battle Hall, and I'll link that in the description. But I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.